Hi there, traveler. Every story starts with the first step, and every project with the first line on the paper. Take a seat, and look how we'll make something that will help you on your adventures. Today we'll be making a sheath for the knife I made myself. It is made out of two parts. First is the holder, which was easier, and second was the sheath itself, which was a bit trickier. Anyway, I'll start with the sheath. I started by tracing around the knife with a marker. I had to cut the scales of the knife out of the paper because at the time they didn't exist. While I was finishing the sketching, I added two protrusions so the sheath holds better in the holder. After cutting it out with the scissors, I traced it around on the reverse side of the hide to save myself from cleaning it off later and risking damaging the hide itself. Then I took the leather knife and, of course, cut it out. You can use almost any knife you have around. I had this, so the sheath part is out of three parts: the back, the middle, and the front. The front part will be slightly decorated, but I don't have the experience to do something big, but I think it will be fun experience for the beginning of leatherworking. I'll be decorating it with set down around the edges, which I hope will look nice. After cutting it, I fixed the middle and back parts together so they don't move. On the third part, I traced around the edges with the compasses so I know where to cut. I soaked it up in the water. After the bubbles stopped coming out, I took it out. I dried it a bit with the towel so I don't have water all over the place, and started the decoration with the leather swivel knife. So I know where to do the set downs with the punch, I would say. So after cutting it, I took the punch, took the mallet, and started to hammer on it. I think the neighbors don't like me because it was really noisy. After I had the set downs all done, I waited 2 days so the leather dries up properly, and after it's dry, I glued it all together. Of course, it won't be held together by the glue. I will stitch it up together because that's how I like to work with leather. Uh, but it is a kind of tedious process. I marked where I want to stitch line to go, and then I started to punch the holes in. That's the second part where I think my neighbors hated me, uh, but I think we will be okay after the reconstruction in the last video. But before the final stitching, I had to do one last thing, and that was to stain the leather. I choose brown and black. That's the colors of my main colors of my character in D&D, which I'm making it for. So yeah, I think it looks cool, especially at the front where the brown makes the frame for the black. Looks amazing for me. And after all the staining, I took the white thread and the needles, there are two, and started to stitch. Uh, it's stitch I learned in school. It's based on using two needles that you thread against each other and make knot in the middle, if that makes sense. It is supposed to be stronger, and if one of the joints snaps, it won't break all apart because it's held by wax. It's waxed thread, and after all the stitching, I burned the ends of the threads so it won't come loose. The burnt parts are visible, but barely. If you look from far, it's not that noticeable, so I'm happy with it. Well, the sheath is done, so let's make the holder. It's really simple because at this part of the project the deadline was really kicking me in the ass. But I think I managed the holder pretty good. I made the prototype out of EVA foam, so I don't mess up any leather because it's not that cheap. At least it gave me the time to avoid some troubles that could be if I was making it on the go. So I cut it out, make sure it fitted, and then I transferred it to the leather. There were some problems, but nothing that bad. And afterwards, I just stained the leather again, and it's practically done. I will make some other ones probably in some other videos. I didn't film the eyelet that holds the knife in prop more because let's be honest, I forget about filming it. But I used some black leather that I found around here. For securing it, I used old brass rivets that I have here. I think it looks kind of nice because it's. I don't like very shiny things. I like some patina on it because I think it gives it gives it something more. It looks used, kind of. Inside the sheath, I put some cloth so the rivets don't scratch the knife, which I would be really bummed about. To be honest, after making it, I'm really happy how it turned out, how it works. I'm wearing it all the time, and I sometimes brag about it because it's my first leather project. So yeah, I'm really happy how it turned out, and it's time for the result.